Lord, Lord, we know that you're here, Lord God. As we lift up your name, Lord, to build your throne in the midst of your people. And we just declare today that you are mighty in this place, that you're powerful in this place. As we open our hearts, God, I pray that you just take control. Do what you have to do, Lord, in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, let's look at a video first.
Nangyari? Kamukha ko na. Tuwa tayo. Tuwa tayo. Kumain kasi ang gulay dapat.
Wow. Wow. You might say, hey, why is Pastor showing us a horror film? Okay. This horror film is a story about Dr. Henry Jacobs. He felt that he was battling good and evil inside of him. And he didn't want that. He didn't want the evil inside of him. In fact, he fought it. So he created a serum so that it will separate the good and the evil from each other. But then, somehow, he felt that he was addicted to his evil side. And as time went by, the evil in him grew stronger. Dr. Jekyll was a nice man, a gentleman, turned violent when he became Mr. Hyde. And so, as time goes by, Mr. Hyde grew stronger and more powerful, and Dr. Jekyll grew lesser and weaker. Dr. Jekyll and Hyde is a classic story. So the new generation might be more familiar with the Incredible Hulk. There. The first one. The first one. There. That's Dr. David Banner. He's a nice guy too, but he turns into a green-eyed Hulk when he's angry. Dr. David Banner does not want to turn into a monster, so he tried to look for a cure so that he won't turn into a monster when he is angry. Okay. It is a horrible thing when people become monsters and say things that they don't like when they are angry. Okay, can you all hear me? Yes. Okay. So, have you seen a handsome angry man?
No, me.
There. Okay. Even the cutest baby stops being cute when he's angry. So there is no such thing as a handsome angry man. The next time that you feel that you become angry, I hope that you will remember the face of Mr. Hyde, so that maybe that will calm you down. Okay. Some people might say, say, I get angry sometimes, but it's gone, it's over immediately. You know, a bomb explosion is quickly over, but the damage is great. Okay, so if we do not know how to deal with our anger, it will turn us into a what? Monster. And this is what happened to Cain. Okay, he had a bad attitude and temper, and he did not deal with it. Okay, this is the 4th week of our Genesis chapter 4, and let's read Genesis chapter 4 verses 5 to 11. It says, "But on Cain and his offering, he did not look with favor. This he is God. So Cain was very angry, and his face was downcast." Verse 6. "Then the Lord said to Cain, 'Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you. You must rule over it.'" Okay? Sin is crouching at your door. If you don't do right, it desires to have you, and you must rule over it. Now Cain said to his brother Abel, "Let's go out to the field." While they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Where's your brother Abel?" "I don't know," he replied. "Am I my brother's keeper?" The Lord said, "What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are under a curse and driven from the ground, which opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand." The Lord, Alberto, can I see Alberto? Is Alberto translating?
Yes, it is.
Yes, okay, thank you. The Lord was not pleased with Cain and his offering, but he was more displeased with the attitude and with the response of Cain. Some Christians say, God understands. God understands how I feel, so I feel angry right now. God will understand. Yes, God understands. But is that a reason, or is that an excuse to treat God with disrespect? Even if your anger is not directed towards God, you're still disrespecting God. Imagine if you're in the office of the governor. Would you involve or really indulge in a shouting match with somebody in the presence of the governor? No, you will control yourself out of respect for the governor. But why don't we control ourselves when we know that God is with us? God is there. He's always watching. Anger can be managed. There is such thing as anger management. You know, in the States, when somebody goes angry all of the time or many times, especially when they're involved in a road accident, the judge will say that you have to undergo an anger management. In the modern world, we see so much anger on the road. Okay? The way is very long, but our patience is very short. So we get angry, and we honk our horns, and then we make hand gestures just to show the others that we're angry. You know, in the Philippines, it's worse than here, really. There were hot-headed people that shot people. There's more than one incident when a hot-headed person shot another to death over a mere parking space. And there was a guy who left the house already angry. You know, in the Philippines, overtaking is very normal. It's nothing. We overtake all the time. But this guy who left home already angry was overtaken by somebody who just meant nothing because that's normal. And this guy who was already angry became angrier that somebody overtook him. He chased the one who overtook him and shot him to death. And they didn't even know each other. Okay, Christ got angry too. Mark chapter 3 verse 5 says, he looked around, this is Jesus, he looked around at them in anger, deeply distressed at their stubborn hearts, said to the man, stretch out your hand. He stretched it out, and his hand was completely restored. This is a time when Jesus was in the presence of the Pharisees and a sick man, a man with withered hand. And he asked them, is it lawful to do good or to do evil on Sabbath? Is it lawful to heal, to save, or to kill on Sabbath? But they didn't answer him. So he was angry. He was angry at the hardness of their hearts. And we also read in the Bible that Jesus was also angry in the temple because of the money changers and people who were doing business in the temple. These are the things that make Jesus angry. You know, both God and man are angry at injustice. We cry, it's unfair. Have you been treated unfairly in your life? Yes. Yes. You cry, it's unfair. And you say, maybe you have not been promoted. Maybe you were bypassed in the promotion. And you say, it's unfair. I've been working here for the longest time and somebody else got promoted. You say, it's unfair. I've spent the best years of my life in this company. You know, what might feel or might look unfair to you is not really unfair. Yes, you might have spent the best years of your life in the company, but have you given your best to the company? Have you followed its rules? Are you a blessing to your boss, or are you his biggest headache? We make mistakes in judgment and we respond accordingly. Cain was angry because he thought God was unfair. He thought that God was unfair because he favored Abel. What Cain could not understand was that there was a reason. And another thing is, can Cain also be a favorite of God? Can Cain also be a favorite of God? Yes. Is it possible for God to have more than one favorite?
Amen.
Is it possible for all of us to be God's favorite?
Amen.
Yes. Amen. So you might say, oh, I'm not as talented as the musicians in the worship team, so maybe I cannot be God's favorite. But you know, God said that you are His masterpiece. Amen. You're His masterpiece. You might not feel like a masterpiece now, but just believe it because God said it. You're a masterpiece. What you think, what you perceive is not important. What matters is what God says. Okay, let us look at our perception. Okay. This is not a porno. This is art. In hundreds of years ago. Okay, look at that. And then, there. Okay. So, perceptions are different. They change. Way back, before, what was beautiful was a rounded and soft body. But today, to be beautiful, you need at least 6 packs. Not 6 packs of beer, but 6 packs of abs. Okay? So, who is correct? Before or after? Whose perception of beauty is correct? Who is the masterpiece? The soft and rounded body or the one with 6 packs? That's for you to think about. You know, I've met some children who want to be exclusive. Okay? When she came to me, she wanted to drive all the other children away. And she would sit on my lap, and when I turned around, she would hold my face and turn it back towards her. You've seen children like that? That could be a start of an envious spirit. So, they want to be exclusive. Okay, they want to be exclusive. And Cain viewed God from a very limited perspective. He viewed God from his own very limited point of view. What Cain did not understand was God's heart is so big, it could hold the whole world. Amen? So big. So, there's no competition in God. We can all be together in the same place, seated beside God. Amen. So let us not be exclusive. Let us try to bring as many people to God as we can. Amen. Amen. You know, Cain felt threatened and humiliated when God showed favor to his brother Abel. He thought that God overlooked his position as the firstborn, because the firstborn in the olden times is given priority over the other children. But despite the attitude of Cain, God did not reject him. God still tried to pacify him. God still tried to bring him to the place where he ought to be. And God asked, "Why are you angry?" So what makes us angry? What? Many things. We get angry when we misunderstand things. When parents will not allow you to do things that will harm you. We misunderstand them and we get angry. When parents will tell you this is the way to go, we get angry because we think that at 18 my parents would still want to control me. You know, you have to understand that parents do not want you to undergo the same heartache that they've been through. Okay? You know, I've been through several broken relationships before I met my husband. And I was really broken-hearted. It hurt so much. So I prayed over my children every day. I prayed that they would not experience the same heartache, that they would not experience broken hearts, and that they would marry their first love. And now I pray them over my grandchildren. Because we don't want you to have the same bad experiences we did. So wives get angry when their husbands forget their birthdays and anniversaries. Yes. You know, husbands don't do it on purpose. Husbands don't forget your birthdays to make you high blood. No, it's just the way their brains are wired. Do you know that when men are reading, they are practically deaf to everything around them? They can only focus on one thing. They're so focused that they forget your birthday. They're so focused on your work, they forget your birthday. So instead of getting angry, why not arrange your own birthday dinner day? And buy your own birthday gift and just get your husband to refund the expense. Yeah, okay, ladies? We'll do that. Yes, no need to get angry. We sometimes force the men in our lives to be who they are not. No, they're not multitaskers, so they fail us. So it used to make me angry when my husband is reading and I say, then, and then I say the same thing, and I said it so many times and he's still reading, and then after a while he decides to stop reading, and then he looks at me and says, what? And I've said it so many times. And I in the office, I have a lady assistant, and when she's on the phone and I have to hurry out, I have to go to a client, and so I just, and then she would say, but the man, my other officer, who's a man, when I go and I'm about to leave and I have something to tell him, he won't look at me and listen to the phone. He'll just do like that. And I'm trying to give that task to a man. If you give it to maybe Jeremy will require very bright light, like the ones they use in the operating room, so that he will be able to see those small creatures. And he will not work with men around. He will be so focused in catching those small creatures, he won't be able to talk. He will do like a... I will never make fun of men, because we are not perfect either. Women are not also perfect. We are just multitaskers. But women like to talk on the phone while doing something else. Okay? And then one day, a man went home and she saw that her wife's ears were burned. And he asked, honey, why are your ears burned? And she said, I was ironing and the phone rang. And I said, hello? And I said, what about the other ear? And then he said, I put it down. Hello? And then the phone rang again. I said, hello? Both ears got burned. That's the disadvantage of multitasking.
Burnt ears.
Burnt ears. Conflict happens more often in the family and in the church, because these are the people who are closest to us. These are our biological and our physical church families. Satan attacks families, because when family breaks down, we are deeply affected. We don't care if our neighbor will not talk to us for many years, but when our family won't talk to us, we're hurt, we're affected. So, we really need to learn to deal with people who are different from us. We might have been married 75 years, and maybe we look exactly the same now. The same white hair coming from the ears, not ears, here, ears. But it does not mean that we think alike. It does not mean that our personalities and our temperaments have become the same too. So it still takes a lot of patience to not to start a quarrel. Okay? But you might say, I just can't understand why my husband would come home late for my birthday dinner. And then your husband would say, you have to understand, I was working, so I forgot your birthday. For you, that is unacceptable. But for your husband, that is perfectly all right. It's no big deal. He did bring the pots and pans with him to the office, so you can still cook and eat your dinner. So, is it worth breaking down on your birthday? We are not perfect. And it's unfair to expect somebody to be perfect, because we ourselves have so many weaknesses of our own. So let us show a little mercy. Tell your neighbor, have mercy.
Have mercy.
Believe in the best of others. Okay? We are so quick to believe that the other people are so bad, but believe in the best of others. When your husband forgets your birthday, does it make him a bad husband?
No.
You just forgot your birthday, that's all. Okay? You know, sometimes we have conflict with others because they don't see our point of view. And many times we are right and they are wrong, and that makes us angry. But I have a question. If they are right and we are wrong, what do you want? To be proven right or to have peace at home? Good answer. Remember that when you're about to get angry. There are many occasions for conflict, but if we are wise, okay, there are many occasions. There's always occasion for conflict, but if we are wise, we will choose our battles. Okay? There are war freaks, and for these war freaks, every conflict should be dealt with or should be settled in a battle. This is what happens. The home becomes a war zone, and it is war-torn. And the children, what happens to the children if it's a war-torn home? They live and they go to their friends and they become refugees. You know, Cain failed to choose his battle. He fought against God Almighty. And the casualty was not only Abel, but he himself as well. He was a casualty. You know, we all get angry. It is not sin to get angry. It becomes sin when we allow it, when we act it out. We're angry. When we're angry, sin, God said that when you are angry, sin is crouching at the door. It's still outside. It's waiting to come in. So we must not allow it to come in. We must get hold of ourselves. We must not lose control. Self-control is a fruit of the Holy Spirit. Yeah. Anger is one of the causes of misery, our misery. Anger destroys relationship, not just with others, but with God as well. When Cain killed his brother in anger, his relationship was so affected. He was cursed. He was put in a curse and driven from the presence of God. When we're angry, we do things, it's not just the casualty, it's not just the other person and you, also your relationship with God. People are blinded with rage. They refuse to listen. Have you seen people who cover their ears when you try to explain to them? Listen. People don't want to know the truth. They just want to continue to be angry. And Cain did not care if he still could make it right with God. He just wanted to lash it out with Abel. He thought that he was punishing God by killing God's favorite. He said, "You will be sorry, God, that you hurt me. I'm going to kill your favorite." There are many suicide victims. I'm not saying all, but many suiciders, many who commit suicide, do so because they think that when they are dead, the people will be sorry that they hurt him. Another thing that makes us angry is when people do not appreciate us and what we do for them. You know, some mothers could win the drama contest, cry and scream, Oh, you don't appreciate me. I wash your clothes. I cook your meals. I buy you designer jeans that are torn from the factory. We need to be appreciated. That's why when nobody appreciates us, we get angry. You know, Cain felt unappreciated. He might have thought, what's the use? I went to the field, I gathered some grains and some fruits, and I brought it to God for offering, and God didn't appreciate it. How could God be so blind? I could have sold the fruits and the grains in the market and have enough money to go to the movies. Cain thought that he had the right to be angry. But what does God say about anger? Okay, Proverbs 29:11 says, fools give vent to their rage, but the wise bring calm in the end. Anger becomes sin when we let it out in an undisciplined manner. You hear people say, I can't help it. Can we not really stop ourselves from screaming angry words? You know, once a word is out, it already pierced the heart of the other person. You cannot get it back. It's already out. So, we should never say anything just because there is freedom of speech. We should never say anything because we think that the other person needs to hear what I have to say. He has to hear this. I have to tell him. No. Before you say anything, consider this. Will it build the person up or will it tear him down? It's not about you. It's about the other person you're talking to. Okay? So, I have a friend who has a very patient husband, but her husband warned her, once you leave the house when we quarrel, remember, I'm not going to take you back anymore. And you can't come home because I'm going to change the lock. It's true, this is a true story. It's not a joke. You know, we women, we are so used to saying things that we don't mean. You know, we should really stop hurting our men because when they're full and when they cannot bear it any longer, then it's over. And you may cry a river and they're not going to take you back. There's no going back. Okay. Cain was a fool because he gave full vent to his anger. He refused to calm down. He allowed himself to be demonized. Even Cain was already sinning, angry inside, not sinning, angry inside. The situation could still be salvaged. Okay? He was just angry inside. He has not acted it out yet. So, how can we be angry and not sin? Okay? Ephesians chapter 4 verse 26 says, in your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are angry. First is you have to acknowledge your anger. You have to admit that you're angry, but not in social media. Like some people give press conferences. This woman said that I'm losing my hair, but she's losing her mind. And, you know, you might say, you know, mga pes, I'm really angry at Cornelia. She likes to borrow things from me, but last year she borrowed my toothbrush and she never returned it. And now she wants to borrow my husband. Okay, let's say, survey lang. Do you think she will return my husband? You know, your friends do not care about Cornelia or what she borrowed and how angry you are. This will just scare them. Okay? They might unintentionally provoke you and you will become famous. Cain did not admit that he was angry. God asked, why are you angry? He didn't answer. Maybe he was too angry to talk. But we really should learn to communicate without being judgmental and without using hard words, without screaming. Say it like this. You know, it really hurt me when you said that my mother is ugly. And that means I'm ugly too because I'm the daughter and I look like her. And after you say your piece, let the other person talk. Okay? And when the other person talks, listen. Some people, when they have conversation, they are so in a hurry to answer. When the other person is talking, they're already thinking of what to say. No, when the other person talks, listen with your heart open. Okay? Listen to understand. Your husband might say, no, I never said that. I never criticized your mother. I never said that she's ugly and you're ugly too. I only asked, why is her hair orange? You know, the one with the orange hair is not here yet. I'm apple man. So, you know, anger makes us hear things that's never said. Okay, we make mistakes in hearing and we add to things that we heard and we make conclusions. That's anger. Okay. I need to JP and Maki.
Saan pupunta? Sa sayaw na yan. Sa sayaw na yan. Makarena daw.
Okay. Okay. I want Maki to say these 4 words in an angry way. More angry. And JP, say it in a way full of pain. Again, more angry and more emotional. Again.
What have you done?
So, okay, stay there. God asked this or said this, but is it for the sake of Abel? God didn't say, what have you done, Abel? He just said, thank you. God just said, what have you done? It was not about Abel anymore because Abel was already dead in paradise. So this was a question for Cain. It's a question full of sadness, a father's grief. It's just like saying, what have you done, Cain? You've ruined your whole life with your uncontrolled emotions. What have you done? Now you're under a curse and you will be driven from my presence. God did not want Cain to be He did not want Cain to be driven from his presence. Okay. The tragedy could still have been averted had Cain listened to God. Okay, but no, Cain didn't listen. When God convicts us and we don't listen, God is grieved. He is sad. So when God convicts you, His concern is for you. It's for your welfare. And so when God convicts you, don't say, Lord, what about my neighbor? He needs to change. God convicts your neighbor too. Okay? God, it is God's business to convict you, and it is God's business to convict your neighbor. But it is not your business to tell God what to do. Leave it to God. You are not better than God, so don't tell Him what to do. When God convicts you, what you do? Repent immediately. Okay? Ask Him for wisdom, how you can make it right. Ask Him, God, how can I be more pleasing to you? Is He worthy to be pleased?
Amen.
Please, not His. Is He worthy to be pleased?
Amen.
Amen. You know, today we were supposed to sing "Worthy of It All." And, you know, that song says, the elders cast their crown before the Lamb who is on the throne. Okay? We cast our crowns. Crowns don't matter. Cast it. We throw it. Nothing else matters but He who is on the throne. Amen. So Cain's problem was deeper than anger. His undisciplined, uncontrolled anger was a symptom of something deeper. Cain did not worship God. That's why he had no respect for God. And today, let us remember, let us hear the Holy Spirit. Let us listen to the Holy Spirit. And try to listen to what He is convicting us. What are the things that we are holding on? What are the things that's preventing us from worshiping God? You know, some of us have harbored anger for so long. Some of us resent our children because they don't love us back the way we want them to. They love us too, but maybe not just the way that we expect them to. You know, we have bitterness because we have left conflicts unsettled. And we're just so ready to get back, my chance to get back at the person who have hurt us. You know, people don't deserve your forgiveness. People certainly don't deserve your love, but they weigh us down. This and many things weigh us down. We want to lift our hands to the Lord, but these things weigh us down. We want to honor Him. We want to humble ourselves before Him who loves us. Before Him who loves us, He died for us even though we don't deserve it. If this and many things prevent us from worshiping He who is on the throne. Bitterness, pride, bad memories, they weigh us down so we can't worship God. And so we cast this away, we cast it down. And we say, God, your presence is more important to me than my anger, than my bitterness, and my pride. You know, we pray, God, you're in control. Only when things go bad. Only when circumstances are beyond our control. But can we say, God, you're in control over my emotion. God, you're in control over my thoughts. Hey, emotion, thoughts. God, you're in control over my will. I give them to you. God is not just in control over things that we cannot control. What about the things that we can control? Do we give them to God for Him to control?
Amen.
Okay, let's call the worship team. Worship team, please.